What is up, you guys? So, real quick, are you ready to hire a bookkeeper? You're running a small business, you're overwhelmed, you're wondering, you're looking online, am I ready to hire a bookkeeper? Am I ready to take those steps of hiring someone, getting a contractor, whatever that may be? Am I at that point yet? Well, I want to talk about, first off, if you're at that point where you feel like you need one, you should be proud of yourself that your small business has grown to a level that you need to outsource a task. You wear many hats as a business owner. We all know that. Me as a business owner, you as a business owner know that. It's stressful. So the fact that you're ready to outsource some of that you've had that much success, you have that many transactions, that you're ready to outsource it, you should be proud of that and you should embrace that. That's really how businesses, and especially small businesses, grow, is outsourcing those tasks so that then you can go focus on what really matters, growing your business and those profitable tasks that you need to be doing in your business. Second, I think a lot of people are probably wondering what exactly is a bookkeeper. Well, I'm going to keep it simple. A bookkeeper is going to be most of the time in small businesses, you're going to be using software like QuickBooks. I, as a bookkeeper, only use QuickBooks. It allows me to specialize and really focus in and get to know QuickBooks. So if you're using QuickBooks or Xero or any of the bookkeeping softwares, your bookkeeper is going to be in those softwares on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. Your bookkeeper is going to be in your transactions, in your journal entry, in that ledger, as you spend and as you go about your business. They're going to be the ones that are recording, that are categorizing, make sure that your chart of accounts is set up correctly, making sure that things are being categorized for expenses that should be categorized as expenses, or income that should be categorized as income. They're going to be the ones that are going to be in that, making those journal entries. And modern bookkeeping software or accounting software, that's all going to be pretty much done through your bank feed being pulled straight in from the bank. So for me, or most modern virtual bookkeepers, they're going to be in there making sure that those bank feeds are matching to what is actually happening in your business and categorizing those bank feeds correctly. Because let's be honest, technology's gone a long way, but it isn't 100% there. So that's really what your bookkeepers are going to be doing. They might also be doing like cash management, which is a service that I offer as well. You're going to be talking about invoicing, making sure your accounts payable and your accounts receivable are managed properly to make sure that your cash flow is done properly. So if you have an outstanding invoice, or maybe you have a loan that is a accounts payable that you need to make, and there's certain things that need to be managed with that, that's something that overwhelms a lot of small businesses, and that's what your bookkeepers are going to step in and hopefully help manage you. Not everybody needs that, but it is something that your bookkeepers are going to do. They may be doing payroll for you. A lot of times QuickBooks and these softwares, Gusto, QuickBooks does it. A lot of these have their own payroll services, so you might not have to do that. But let's go right into the 3 signs. Got rambling a little bit. So these 3 signs that you're probably at the point in your business that you actually do need to make that step. Number 1, you're spending too much time in your finances. Look, whatever the business may be, real estate investor, realtor, contractor, you may be a hair salon, you may house washing, house cleaning, whatever your small business may be. If you're spending a majority amount of time not in the task that you actually started your small business to provide, or service that you started your small business to provide, it's probably time to start looking to outsource that. You shouldn't be spending all your time in your finances in QuickBooks. That should be a quick process, and if it's not, it's probably draining too much of your time, and you need to get out there, in most cases in small businesses, probably market more and be doing the service that you've gotten excellent at to make more income. Let a bookkeeper or someone else manage those finances on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis. That's going to be number 1. You're getting drained down in QuickBooks too much, using too much time that you need to be using on your business, in the finances of your business. Number 2, your records are disorganized. A lot of times if you're not a bookkeeper, let's face it, most people aren't bookkeepers when they start a small business. They don't have an accounting background. So it's easy to get disorganized, especially in an overwhelming software like QuickBooks or any of these other softwares. They're powerful, but at the same time, they can be pretty overwhelming. So if you're getting in there and it's disorganized, or maybe just in your head it's disorganized, it might be time to hire a bookkeeper to get in there, because these books and these reports, your chart of accounts, your profit and loss, your balance sheet, these should be guiding marks for your small business so that you can look at them and make necessary changes, and also see if your business is, first off, making money, losing money, so that you can make those necessary changes to keep growing your business as you have to this point. So it needs to be organized, and it needs to be a guide to where your business is going and where it has gone, so that you can make those necessary adjustments as a small business owner to keep succeeding. That's number 2. Number 3, you struggle to understand your finances. So that kind of is tied into number 2. If they're disorganized, it's going to be probably really hard to understand. Like I said, most people aren't bookkeepers or accountants. So a lot of this stuff is foreign to them. What's an expense? What's categorized as income? What's an asset? What's a liability? These are terms that for most small business owners, they didn't know about prior to starting their small business. So if you're in a place where you just don't understand it straight up, you should probably hire a bookkeeper to come in and not only are they going to be managing your books, but you're going to get that one-on-one with them. You'll be email them, you'll be able to text them, you'll be able to set up calls with them to really understand your finances so that you can look at your finances and make the necessary decisions that you need to make for your business. Maybe you're spending too much on marketing and you're not churning an income from that marketing campaign that you thought you would. You need to be able to understand what you're looking at to make those decisions, and a bookkeeper is going to help you do that. They should be an asset to your business. They shouldn't be a financial drain. They're going to cost money. Now I'm going to talk about that here in a second, but they should be a benefit to your business, whether that's financially, alleviating stress, giving you more time in your business, or maybe in your family, giving you more free time to be able to get out there and do things outside of your business. Because let's face it, small business owners usually are consumed with their business and they don't have a lot of time to do the things that maybe they started their business to free up to be able to do. So that's going to be number 3. Do you understand what's going on in the books? The bottom line is, look, bookkeepers are going to save time. They're going to relieve stress, and they're going to really help you understand what you need to understand about your books so that you can utilize them to the best capacity that you should be utilizing them. And I think a lot of people probably are wondering, like, what does it cost to hire a bookkeeper? And I think a lot of people have this misconception. I'll throw some stats up here, but you see these salaries of what a bookkeeper, maybe 30, 35,000, 40,000, and that's what a salary-based bookkeeper, you got to be thinking these are probably going to be bigger businesses that are going to hire. That's what the going rate for a bookkeeper is. If you're paying a full-time bookkeeper, most small businesses are going to be hiring people on more of a monthly fee type basis, and that most people see that and they're thinking, oh well, like my base fee is $325. Let's say I bring on a client for $450. They're thinking, wow, that's a ton of money. But when you think about it, let's do the math real quick. Break out the calculator. If you hire someone at $450 times 12 months out of the year, you're talking $5,400 versus that full-time salary of $35,000 or $40,000. And that amount that you're paying them is giving you the peace of mind, and it might even save you money in the long runs when you finally go to file your taxes. Because let's face it, if you're not getting all the expenses you need, it's going to overinflate your income, and you're probably going to end up paying more taxes than you would have if you had maybe hired the bookkeeper. And I think a lot of people too, they don't understand the discrepancy of a CPA and a bookkeeper, and that's going to save you a lot of money too. Is you should hire a bookkeeper to be a bookkeeper and hire a CPA to be a CPA. Bookkeepers are going to be doing that day-to-day categorization, those reconciliation of your accounts, closing out the monthly account, moving on to the next month. That in your business type of stuff is going to be done by the bookkeeper. Your CPA should really be saved for tax time. CPAs are expensive. You shouldn't be paying them to do your books. Now, that's not to mention that some CPAs might have reduced rates where they might have bookkeepers on staff. But look, save your tax specialists for what they're getting paid that higher rate for. And that's to do your taxes. Most bookkeepers like me, once we come to the time of tax season, which once you're at that point, then they can work with the CPA. And that's another reason that it'll help having a bookkeeper, because it'll allow you that freedom, and the bookkeeper can go to the CPA and handle all that behind the scenes, and you don't have to stress it every year coming into tax season. So quick review. Number 1, you're spending too much time in your finances. Number 2, your records are disorganized. And number 3, you just face it, you don't understand what's going on in QuickBooks in your books. So those are going to be my 3. If you guys need a bookkeeper or you want more bookkeeping tips, because look, everybody can do it themselves, but it's going to be time consuming. You're going to need to learn a thing or two, and you're really honestly, bookkeeping is not hard, but QuickBooks and the software is really probably what's going to take you the most time to understand. But just understand that you can do it yourself if you choose to, or if the budget's not there. Just know it's going to take some time. So if you guys want more tips, or you're looking to hire a bookkeeper, go down and like this video if it was helpful for you. Hit the subscribe. Check out my other videos that are coming, and go crush it in your small business.